Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Untitled Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're gonna do this beautiful pattern for a phone cover or a phone pouch. And for this one I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and I'm gonna use my 5 mm of the hook. So let's begin. Now this one is about 17 centimeters long and about 3.5 or 9 centimeters wide, but that's gonna be perfectly all right for any kind of phone, any kind of new age phone. If you want to add up some rows, I will tell you into the video how to add up some rows into this project. So let's begin. Okay, so for this one, just have a slip knot like this, and now I'm gonna chain up 13 here. 1 3, so it's 1 2 3. So here it is. I have my 13 chain, and now I'm gonna turn my work. So I'm gonna turn my chains, and this is the back portion of my chain, and this is the back portion of my first chain, and this is the back portion of my second chain. Now I'm gonna insert my hook into my the second chain. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make my first single crochet. And now I'm gonna put my stitch marker here so that I will remember that this is my first stitch. Now again, into the same stitch we're gonna have another single crochet. So insert your hook and grab your yarn and make your one more single crochet. And now keep on doing one single crochet into each chain, each stitch, until the end of this chain, and by the end you're going to have your 13 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my 13 single crochets. Here it is. I have my 13 single crochets, and now into this last chain we're going to add another 3 single crochets. So insert your hook and add another 3 single crochets here. It's 1 2 and this is the third single crochet. So in total we have our 16 single crochets here. Now we're going to turn our work to the other side of this chain, and now we're going to insert our hook into this first chain and grab your yarn and make your one single crochet. And now you're going to have one single crochet on each chain on this other side as well. So keep on doing one single crochet on each stitch, and you're gonna have your next 11 stitches until here. You're gonna have another 11 stitches, so you're gonna have your 27 single crochets, and I'm gonna meet you at here on my 27 single crochets. And here it is. I have my 27 single crochets here, and now at the end I'm gonna insert my hook for one more time into that same space, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make my 28 single crochets. So here it is. I have my 28 single crochets, and now I'm going to take out my stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, but instead of putting my hook like this, I will only take the back loop. So go to the back loop of your first stitch and grab your yarn and make your first single crochet of your round number 2. And for that one, just gonna put my stitch marker back on so that I will remember that this is my first stitch. And now keep on doing one single crochet into each stitch, and all stitches will be back loop only. So just insert your hook into the back loop of every stitch and grab your yarn and make your single crochet. And now we're gonna have one single crochet on each stitch. So by the end we are gonna have 28 single crochets, and all single crochets will be back loop only. And I'm gonna meet you after my this round number 2 here. And here it is. My 28 single crochets are done, all back loop only for my round number 2. And now for the round number 3, again we're going to take out the stitch marker and we will insert our hook directly into this first stitch of our round number 2, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make one single crochet here. Put your stitch marker back on so that you will remember that this is your first stitch. And now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch, and this time we're going to take both the loops. So remember, we are not going to do the back loop only, we are going to do our normal single crochets. So we're going to take both the loops and just insert your hook in this way, grab your yarn and make your single crochets. Now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch, and by the end of this round number 3, you're gonna have 28 single crochets, and I'm gonna meet you after my round number 3. And now my work looks like this. So our first round is our base round, and then we have started up our pattern, our cover, and now for the round number 4, I'm going to insert my hook into this first stitch of my round number 3, and will grab the yarn. Remember, I'm not going to take out my this stitch marker. I will grab my yarn and will make my slip stitch here like this. And now insert your hook into your second stitch and grab your yarn and make another slip stitch. And now keep on doing 1 slip stitch on each stitch. So keep on doing 1 slip stitch, and by the end of this round, round number 4, you're gonna have your 28 slip stitches. So keep on doing your slip stitches and you're gonna come up here. Now I'll tell you why I didn't take out this stitch marker later on. So first, do your slip stitches on your round number 3 for your round number 4, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. And here it is. After my round number 4, I have my this 28 slip stitches. Now for the round number 5, we are going to work on round number 3. So here you can see 2 rows. So this is our round number 3 and this is our round number 4, as we have made our slip stitches. This 2. Now we're going to work on this round number 3. We will not work on this round number 4. Our slip stitches are here. We will work on this round number 3 here. So for that one, that's why I didn't take out my this stitch marker. Now for that one, I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and this is my first stitch of my round number 3. So I'm going to take out my stitch marker and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch of my round number 3 like this. And now I'm going to grab the yarn and will make my first single crochet of my round number 5. So just yarn over and pull your yarn through both the loops, and that's your first single crochet. And now put your stitch marker back on your first stitch of your round number 5. And now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch. So you will find out your stitches here. So this is the first stitch I've already worked on, and that's going to be my second stitch. So here I'm going to insert my hook in this way. We'll grab the yarn, leaving this row number 4 behind, and I'm gonna do my 1 single crochet. So now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch from your round number 3, and by the end of round number 5, you're gonna have your 28 single crochets. 1 single crochet on each stitch, and I'm gonna meet you after my round number 5. Here it is. I have made my 27 stitches, and now my last stitch, my 28th stitch, is right under this top stitch. And now for that one, if you're finding it difficult, just have another hook, another smaller hook, and just insert your hook into that stitch and just grab your yarn like this, leave your hook, and just have your yarn in this way. Now make your last single crochet. And now, as we've made our 28 single crochets, I'm going to take out my this stitch marker. This is the end of our round number 5. Now for the round number 6, we're going to start making our pattern. Now for the pattern, for the first stitch, we're going to make our knitted stitch. So for that one, here it is. That's your first single crochet. Here you have to work, but instead of putting your hook right like this, taking your both the loops in this way, we will insert our hook here, somewhere here. Like this. Now how will you find out your space? So for that one, just gonna remove my this slip stitches so that you can see. So this is my first stitch, this is my first stitch, and you can see this two strain of yarns here, two strain of yarns here. These are the two strain of yarn of my first stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook in between this two strain of yarn. It is right below your this slip stitch. Because of the slip stitches, it might be possible that you can't see it, but later on when you will start working and you start building your rows, you will understand that where to put your hook in. So this is the two strain of yarns. These are the two strain of yarns, and we're going to insert our hook right in between this two strain of yarns like this. And here at the back again you're going to have another two strain of yarns, so your hook should come out between this two strain of yarn. And just grab your yarn from there and make your first single crochet here. Now this is your knitted stitch, we call it a knitted stitch. So make your first single crochet here in this way. And so as we have made our single crochet, we're going to insert our hook in between this two strain of yarn. So here I'm going to insert my this stitch marker, and this is my first stitch of my round number 6. Now for the second stitch, I'm going to insert my hook into this back loop only. So instead of putting my hook like this or having a knitted stitch, this is, if I'm doing a knitted stitch, I will insert my hook in here, but I'm not going to do the knitted stitch. So for that one, I'm going to insert my hook into this back loop only of my next stitch, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make my another single crochet. Again, we're going to go to this third stitch. Now the third stitch will be again our knitted stitch. Now for that one, you can see this two strain of yarn here, this two strain of yarn here, and we're going to insert our hook in between this two strain of yarn, and our hook should come out this way in between that two strain of yarn this way. So again, now we are not going to knit that one, just insert your hook in that position, grab your yarn and make your single crochet. Now the next stitch we're going to have back loop single crochet, and the next one we're going to have another knitted stitch. So for that one, this is my stitch and this is my two strain of yarn, and I'm going to insert my hook into that two strain of yarn, in between that two strain of yarn, and my hook should come out like this from this two strain of yarns. And now we're going to grab our yarn and we will make our single crochet here. The next one will be a back loop single crochet. And now keep on repeating your pattern. So next stitch we're going to have another knitted stitch, and the next stitch we're going to have back loop single crochet. Next stitch we're going to have our knitted stitch, and the next stitch we're going to have our back loop single crochet. Now keep on doing this, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. At the end of my round number 6, I'm here on my 27th stitch, and that's going to be my 28th, my last stitch, and that's going to be my back loop single crochet. And it looks like this. Now for our round number 7, we're going to repeat our round number 6. So for that one, insert your hook here again. These are your two strain of yarn. So directly your hook into this two strain of yarn, and your hook should come out from here between this two strain of yarn, and grab your yarn and make your first single crochet and put your stitch marker back on, so that you will remember that this is your first stitch of your round number 7. Again, the next stitch will be our back loop single crochet, and the next stitch will be our knitted stitch. So for that one, insert your hook. So here we are not going to insert our hook in here, we are going to insert our hook in between this two strain of yarn, and grab your yarn and make your single crochet. Again, next one is our back loop single crochet, and the next stitch is going to be here where you have your two strain of yarns. Insert your hook in between that two strain of yarns and make your one single crochet. And now keep on repeating your pattern. We're going to repeat our this round number 6 until our round number 27. So add up another 20, 21 rounds and do the same pattern. So for the next stitch, we're going to have our knitted stitch, and the next one we're going to have our back loop single crochet. And now keep on repeating this pattern until your round number 27, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 27. And here it is after my round number 27. My work looks like this. And now for the round number 28, we're going to take out the stitch marker. Now always remember, if you want to add up some more rows, it would be better to add up some more rows in here if you want your pouch to be bigger one. So for the round number 28, insert your hook into this first stitch. Now remember, I'm not inserting my hook into my this two strain of yarn. I'm going here on under these two loops, and I will grab the yarn and will make my slip stitch here. And now for this round number 28, we're gonna have our 28 slip stitches. So here I've put my stitch marker back on and go on to the next one and make you another slip stitch, and into the third one make you another slip stitch, and keep on doing your slip stitches. And I'm gonna meet you after my round number 28, and I'm gonna have my 28 slip stitches. And here it is. After my round number 28, I have my 28 slip stitches, and for my round number 29, I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker. And remember, this is our first stitch for our round number 27, and I'm gonna insert my hook in this stitch. Now this is the first stitch of my round number 27, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make my first single crochet of my round number 29. So round number 28 is our slip stitches, and our slip stitches are here, and this is our round number 27. So here we're gonna have now one single crochet on each stitch, and we're gonna have our 28 single crochets, and we will take the stitches of round number 27 for our this round number 29. And I'm gonna meet you after my this round number 29. Here it is. It looks like this on my round number 29. And now for the round number 30, we're going to repeat our round number 29. So for that one, we're going to take out our stitch marker. We'll insert our hook into our this first stitch. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make our first single crochet. Put your stitch marker back on. And now we're going to have one single crochet on each stitch. And by the end of this round number 30, we're going to have our 28 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 30. And here it is. After my round number 30, my work looks like this. Now for round number 31, and round number 31 is going to be our last round, and for that one I'm going to take out my this stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, and will grab the yarn and will make my slip stitch here like this. And now if you want, you can put your stitch marker back on so that you will remember that this is the stitch you have worked on. So I've put my stitch marker back on where I've made my this slip stitch here like this. And now we're going to go back on this round number 30 for our round number 31. So for that one, we're going to have our single crochet backwards. For that one, I'm going to insert my hook into my this stitch, next stitch, sorry, the last stitch, and we'll grab the yarn like this. And now I'm going to yarn over and we'll pull my yarn through both the loops here. And now into the next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn and make your single crochet backwards. Into the next one, again, your another single crochet backwards. And now keep on doing your single crochets, and by the end you're going to have your 28 single crochets backwards, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. I've made my this last stitch, and now I'm gonna cut my yarn and will secure my this last stitch. And now I'm gonna put my this loose end in. And here it is. I've put my loose end in, and now I'm gonna put my this button in here, and we will make our loop here. And here it is. I've put my button on, and now for the loop, for this button, we're going to insert our hook somewhere here, because we don't want to disturb our this pattern, this design. So that we'll go somewhere down in here, take a loop here. You can find any loop there. Just make sure that it is right behind your button, and take your yarn and attach your yarn in there. And now chain up about 10. I'm going to chain up 10 to cover up my this button. Now if you have a smaller button, you might need some less chains, or if you have some bigger button, you might need some more chains. I'm going to chain up 10 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's gonna be enough for me. So I'm gonna cut my yarn and secure my this last stitch, and I will attach my loop in here. Like this. You can make a knot here. And that's it. Now put your this loose ends in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. The mobile phone covers are ready, and I hope you're gonna like my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share, and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.